civil.
A very good morning, amazing listeners of Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria. Studio time is 3 minutes past the hour of 6 a.m. and you all are officially welcome to today being the 31st day in the month of July. Yes, congratulations. We all made it to the end of this month. Just like yesterday, we started this month. I think it was on a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Myself and Chiwendu were rightly on duty when we ushered us all into the new month of July. And we are at the end of it. You are welcome to the program, The Dailies Today. The Dailies Today is a program right here on your number one station, Invicta 98.9 FM, where we get to bring you headlines from 5 different newspapers published right here in Nigeria. And the purpose of this is to keep you all informed, to keep you all abreast about every single thing that is going on in and around our country. So this morning we are going to be taking our headlines from the Punch newspaper, the Leadership newspaper, Daily Trust newspaper, The Nation, and last but not the least, the Vanguard newspaper. And when the time comes, we'll be opening our phone lines for you all to be able to call us and send us your text messages, that is on WhatsApp, and your comments as well on Facebook. Yes, we are streaming live on our Facebook platform and on our YouTube as well. So you know what to do when the time is right. Right about now, we're going on a commercial break, and once we get back from that, we'll get straight into it. So stay connected, don't touch that link, do not go nowhere. I am Moses Wisdom Tanko, and I'm going to be your host on the show today. Stay glued to your radio set. We'll be back in a minute.
Get the best of everything you're looking for on radio. 98.9 Invicta FM.
Them say monkey smart, now because the 3 near. But now monkey will jump past the eye, they quick see. This Big Brother Ninja Season 11 go hot past pressing iron. Now only the biggest moves go make I see you. Everybody come show themselves.
Yes, sir. Now 247 drama for Big Brother Ninja Season 11. Sharply recharge your decoder. Make you not for miss anything, no. All the bass goes they show for GoTV Channel 49. You still follow happenings with GoTV Stream if you day road. Headline sponsor, Bet Power. GoTV. Love it.
daɗi. Wato a duk lokacin da muka haɗu a dandalin tattaunawar iyalinmu sai an samu matsala. Abun burgewa ma zan dafa wani abu da duk za su amincewa. Wato da fadukan shinkafa na musamman tare da magi.
An sarrafa magista daga tataccen waken soya, albasa, kayan yajin armashi tare da kanamfari.
Lokacin cin abinci a shiga cikin lallama ko samkar a shigo.
Magista sanya duk abinci da lokacin su kasance na musamman da ba za a iya mantawa ba.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin shan dari sai Kivo.
Shafi mama, gaskiya gwaldin man ɗan nan yawon ya ji madara. Haka nawa ma.
Sannu da aiki uwa ta gari, amma dai a rinka sarrafa mana madaran nan a hankali mana.
A'a ba ni bace fa. Wannan Golden Mo 3 in 1 ne. Dama da madarar sa yake zuwa a ciki.
Madara? Kuma a ciki? Tun yaushe? Golden Mo 3 in 1 na tahowa da madara a ciki. Samo wa iyalanka a yau. Golden Mo. Bari duk rana ta kasance da armashi.
Invicta FM.
Is it okay to make fun of our tooth? Let's have a talk. Colgate makes your teeth so strong. Stop cover your mouth. Not to do yanga with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Zero cavities and fresh breath. If you use a Colgate paste. Not to do yanga with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Colgate, #1 oral care brand in the world.
Soyayya tana da yare da yawa. Wasu suna faɗan shi da ƙarfi, wasu suna faɗan shi a hankali. Amma idan ka ƙaunaci kanka da gaske ko wani, kana magana ne da karin kumallo na pig. Wani karin kumallo mai laushi mai ɗanɗano, cike da gina jiki wanda aka yi da madarar pig. Yana ɗauke da vitamin, protein da calcium don kiyaye ka a shiryayye da ƙoshin lafiya don kowace rana. Domin karin kumallo na pig shine soyayya ta pig.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Oga boss, every money no be for immediate enjoyment. Sometimes, make the money sit down, multiply, come back stronger. With Bill Station Fixed Deposit, your business fit build reserves for expansion and future opportunities. With Bill Station Fixed Deposit, the interest rate na 23%. Make you download the Bill Station app for Google Play Store or Apple Store. Bill Station, smart money na better money.
This BB Nigeria Season 11, everything burns brighter. Only the biggest moves tip the scale because nothing is given, but everything is for the taking. When the world watches, will you be outshined or will you step up and take the spotlight? Big Brother Nigeria Season 11 starts Sunday, July 26th, showing 24/7 on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 49. Headline sponsor, Bet Power.
Invicta.
Albishirinku, shalelenku? Ina nufin sabon ɗanɗanon lollipop ya shigo gari. Muna gabatar muku da Chupa Chups Apple Flavor Gum Filled Lollipop. Cike take da ɗanɗanon apple. Akwai kuma mai ɗanɗanon cola da strawberry. Ku nemi naku a yau.
Chupa Chups Forever Fun.
The journey starts with a vision for the people and a loyal heart. From the Lagos docks to the vast north, bringing the goodness, bringing it forth. Many years don't pass, we still the stand. No be today, we start this flow. The seeds where we plant on, they grow from the fathers to the sons, mothers to daughters. The story that's sweet, oh. Providing the energy for the Nigerian street. FM, feeding the nations. Golden penny, solid foundation. For many decades, we there for your side. From our quality grains to sweetness oil, cassava starch, animal feeds. and golden fertilizer.
Who be the giant? FMA. Who be the leader? FMA. 6 decades, we still the move. Nigeria, we get the groove. FMA.
Mama, sai kin gan yadda na wanke ban ɗakin nan. Yawon ku sosai fa.
Tabbas zai iya wankuwa sosai a ido, amma idan ba da hypo toilet cleaner kika yi amfani ba wajen kariya, to ban ɗaki cike yake da ƙwayoyin cuta baja-baja.
Haka ne, kada ku yarje wa ƙwayoyin cuta, ku kare ban ɗakin ku kullum da hypo toilet cleaner.
We are the unbeatable station 98.9.
Welcome back from that commercial, and if you're just tuning in, this is the Dailies Today right here on your number one station, Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria, and I am your host, Moses Wisdom Tanko. Like I said earlier on, we'll be going through 5 newspapers like we always do right here on the show, starting with the Punch newspaper, and our very first headline on the Punch newspaper this morning is Army probes leaked DSS memo warning of Adamawa Borno attacks. Army probes leaked DSS memo warning of Adamawa Borno attacks. The Nigerian Army has commenced an investigation into the leakage of a classified Department of State Services intelligence report warning of planned attacks by suspected Boko Haram insurgents and bandits in parts of Adamawa and Borno states. Oyo abduction. Why we tracked arrested kidnappers' families, says Tinubu. Oyo abduction. Why we tracked arrested kidnappers' families, says Tinubu. President Bola Tinubu on Thursday told the delegation of Oyo State traditional rulers in Abuja that his government refused to negotiate or pay ransom to the militants who kidnapped school children and teachers in Orire last May. Energy map will unblock targeted power investment, says REA boss. Energy map will unblock targeted power investment, says REA boss. The managing director, Rural Electrification Agency, Dr. Abba Aliu, speaks with journalists on the agency's completion of a nationwide energy mapping exercise that identified more than 750,000 communities, as well as the central role of electricity in driving economic growth and supporting emerging technologies. Accord petitions Tinubu IG over alleged police harassment. Accord petitions Tinubu IG over alleged police harassment. The Accord has petitioned President Bola Tinubu, the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, and other key stakeholders over what it described as the alleged harassment, intimidation, and arrest of its members and government officials by the police ahead of the August 15th governorship election in Ogun State. And lastly, on the Punch newspaper this morning, Bauchi police arrest 4 over 2 separate homicide cases. Bauchi police arrest 4 over 2 separate homicide cases. The Bauchi State Police Command has arrested 4 suspects in connection with 2 separate culpable homicide cases that claimed the lives of 2 persons in different parts of the state. The command spokesman, SP Nafiu Habib, disclosed this in a statement issued on Wednesday. And that's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper. To get details of these and other stories, do well to purchase a copy of the Punch newspaper from your nearest vendor. Up next is the Leadership newspaper. And on the leadership newspaper, the first headline here: Stop dancing on the graves of victims of armed herders attacks, says Moro. Stop dancing on the graves of victims of armed herders attacks, says Moro. Benue State Commissioner for Water Resources, Environment and Climate Change, Honorable Udo Ugu, has cautioned Senator Abba Moro against falsehoods and propaganda against Governor Hyacinth earlier for political gain. Debt cost, higher spending, absorbing subsidy savings, says Oyedele. Debt cost, higher spending, absorbing subsidy savings, says Oyedele. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Taiwo Oyedele, has said much of the fiscal gains realized from the removal of fuel subsidy and reforms in the foreign exchange market have been offset by rising debt servicing obligations and increased public expenditure, particularly on salaries and education support programs. Governor Abdullahi Sule's strategic investment visit to China. Governor Abdullahi Sule's strategic investment visit to China. Nasarawa strengthens ties with China for industrial growth, signs another MOU. The Nasarawa state government has signed a memorandum of understanding with Jinlight Mining Nigeria Limited to facilitate strategic collaboration and cooperation in the development of lithium resources in the state. Group to mobilize 27 million votes for Tinubu's re-election. Group to mobilize 27 million votes for Tinubu's re-election. The All Support Groups Network for APC, ASGN, in collaboration with the Progressive Institute, TPI Abuja, has launched a grand strategic mobilization campaign to secure 27 million votes for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at next year's polls. And lastly, on the leadership newspaper this morning, Judge escapes through window as bandits attack Katsina court. Judge escapes through window as bandits attack Katsina court. The presiding judge of a Sharia court in Gwarijo community, Matazu local government area of Katsina state, narrowly escaped abduction yesterday after suspected bandits attacked the court during proceedings. The judge, Mohammed Mukhtar, reportedly fled through a back window moments before the armed men stormed the court premises, averting what residents believed was an attempted kidnap. And that's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper. To get details of these and other stories, get yourself a copy of that newspaper, which is the leadership. Up next is the Daily Trust newspaper. And our first headline on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning: 2027. INEC rejects routine deployment of soldiers during elections. 2027. INEC rejects routine deployment of soldiers during elections. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Thursday rejected the routine deployment of troops of the armed forces for election security. The electoral body stated that the deployment of the military should only occur where prevailing security conditions necessitate the support of armed forces in aid of civil authorities. Families lament as terrorists reject 155 million naira for 176 Kwara abductees. Families lament as terrorists reject 155 million naira ransom for 176 Kwara abductees. Families of 176 residents abducted by terrorists in Woro, Kaima local government area of Kwara State have appealed to the federal government, the Kwara State government and security agencies to urgently rescue the victims. They alleged that the kidnappers rejected over 155 million naira raised by the affected communities to secure their release. CPN inducts graduates into 3 varsities. CPN inducts graduates into 3 varsities. The Computer Professionals Registration Council of Nigeria, CPN, has inducted graduating computer science and computing students from 3 universities in Ogun State as part of efforts to strengthen professionalism and ethical standards in Nigeria's computing industry. Right Foods recovers 858 tons of plastic waste. Right Foods recovers 858 tons of plastic waste. Right Foods Limited said it made significant progress on its environmental, social, and governance (ESG) commitments in 2025, reporting improvements in waste recovery, emissions reduction, resource efficiency, and community investments. And lastly, on the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, newlywed sentenced to death for killing husband. Newlywed sentenced to death for killing husband. A Kano State High Court sitting on Miller Road has sentenced the newlywed Saudat Idris to death by hanging after finding her guilty of murdering her husband Salisu Idris 9 days after their wedding, delivering judgment. Justice Mariam Sabo said the court was satisfied that the prosecution had proved its case beyond reasonable doubt. And that's the much we can take from the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Up next is the Nation newspaper, but before we get right into that, we'll be going on this commercial break, and once we get back from the break, we'll see what's happening on the Nation newspaper, and then we call it a wrap with the Guardian newspaper, after which we open the phone lines for you all to call us and share your contribution. And like we always say every single time you call on the show, try as much as possible to keep your comments civil and stick to the headlines that have been read out here on Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria. This is the Dailies Today. Stay connected to your radio sets. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back shortly after this.
Invicta FM. There's another solid tune to follow this one. Stay locked.
And don't touch that dial at 8.9
Invicta FM.
Shafi mama, gaskiya galdin man ɗan nan yawon ya ji madara.
Haka nawa ma.
Sannu da aiki uwa ta gari, amma dai a rinka sarrafa mana madaran nan a hankali mana.
A'a ba ni bace fa. Wannan Golden Mo 3 in 1 ne. Dama da madarar sa yake zuwa a ciki.
Madara? Kuma a ciki? Tun yaushe? Golden Moon 3 in 1 na tahowa da madara a ciki. Samo wa iyalanka a yau. Golden Moon. Bari duk rana ta kasance da armashi.
Tabdi. Wato a duk lokacin da muka haɗu a dandalin tattaunawar iyalinmu sai an samu matsala. Abun burgewa ma zan dafa wani abu da duk za su amincewa. Wato da fadukan shinkafa na musamman tare da magi.
An sarrafa magista daga tataccen waken soya, albasa, kayan yajin armashi tare da kanamfari.
Lokacin cin abinci a shiga cikin lallama ko samkar a shigo.
Magista sanya duk abinci da lokacin su kasance na musamman da ba za a iya mantawa ba.
Ki huta mama, yanzu na zan wanke maki fararen kayan nan naki.
To, amma ba wanke su kawai zaki ba. Ki tabbatar kin yi amfani da haifo domin yana cire duk wani takaddarin tabo, yana kuma sa fararen kayana su ƙara haske kalkal.
Haka ne, kada ku amince da tabo, ku tabbatar farinku ya ƙara haske kalkal.
Assalamu alaikum, sunana Fatima, ni jami'a ce. Ina aiki da mata da iyali domin tallafa musu a fannin lafiya, musamman uwa da yara. Sau da yawa mutane na tambaya, shin hanyoyin tazarar haihuwa suna aiki da gaske? Amsar ita ce, suna aiki sosai. Idan an yi amfani da su yadda ya dace, hanyoyin zamani na tazarar haihuwa suna da matukar tasiri wajen hana ɗaukar ciki. Wasu hanyoyi kamar haka, implant, tsinken dantse da IUD na aiki tsawon shekaru, kuma fiye da kaso 99 cikin 100 suna hana ɗaukar ciki. Wasu kuma kamar allura da ƙwayoyi su ma suna da matukar tasiri idan ana amfani da su yadda ya kamata. Dukkan hanyoyin zamani lafiyayyu ne, amintattu ne, kuma suna ba da damar tsara iyalinka cikin kwanciyar hankali. Kada ki dogara da jita-jita.
Ziyarci cibiyar lafiya mafi kusa domin farawa, ko a kira lambar waya biyu biyar biyu. Wannan saƙo ne daga ma'aikatar lafiya tare da tallafin gamayyar ƙungiyoyin Pronet da FEM.
Life no dey stand for one place sake of say person get headache, backache, muscle ache, menstrual pain or toothache. That's na why millions of people dem trust Panadol Extra. Dem don prove in combination for clinic say im dey give extra relief for pain wey tough. If e no be Panadol, e no fit be like Panadol. Make you always dey read the label before una use am. If the symptoms no comot after 3 days, abeg go see your doctor or physician.
Keep it locked. It's your station.
Thank you. Yes, it's true. I'm not good at understand.
98.9.
John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness.
1960, the journey starts with a vision for the people and a loyal heart. From the Lagos docks to the vast north, bringing the goodness, bringing it forth. Many years don't pass, we still the stand. No be today, we start this flow. The seeds where we plant on, they grow from the fathers to the sons, mothers to daughters, the story that's sweet, oh. Providing the energy for the Nigerian street. FM man, feeding the nations. Golden penny, solid foundation. For many decades, we there for your side. From a quality grains to sweetness oil, cassava starch, animal feed, and golden fertilizer.
Who be the giant? FMA. Who be the leader? FMA. 6 decades, we still the move. Nigeria, we get the groove. FMA.
Some business people sabi spend money. But smart business people sabi grow money. Why your cash could just sit down, the press phone for account? With Bill Station Fixed Deposit, put eligible funds to work and make plan for bigger business moves. The interest rate now 23%. 23%. Make you download the Bill Station app for Google Play Store or Apple Store. Bill Station, no let your money lazy.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin sadari sai Kivo.
Invicta FM.
Albishirinku, shalelenku? Ina nufin sabon ɗanɗanon lollipop ya shigo gari. Muna gabatar muku da Chupa Chups Apple Flavor Gum Filled Lollipop. Cike take da ɗanɗanon apple. Akwai kuma mai ɗanɗanon cola da strawberry. Ku nemi naku a yau.
Chupa Chups Forever Fun.
This BB Niger Season 11, everything burns brighter. Only the biggest moves tip the scale because nothing is given, but everything is for the taking. When the world watches, will you be outshined or will you step up and take the spotlight? Big Brother Niger Season 11 starts Sunday, July 26th, showing 24/7 on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 49. Headline sponsor, Bet Power.
In every gossip, they say there is an iota of truth.
But an Invicta,
our information is 100% legend.
100% legend.
Glad to know you're still tuned to your number one station, Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria. If you're just tuning in, this is the program, the Dailies Today, where we get to bring you headlines from 5 newspapers in the country. So, if you're just tuning in, obviously you have missed a lot, but then stay glued to your seats and stay glued to your radio set and don't touch the dial. So far, we've been able to go through 3 newspapers, talking about the Punch newspaper, the Leadership newspaper, and Daily Trust. Right about now, we have just the Nation and the Guardian, after which you get to have the platform to call us and contribute on the particular headline you want to talk about, or send us a comment on our Facebook. We're streaming live, and also on YouTube, or you can also send us a message on WhatsApp. So let's see what's happening on the Nation newspaper. So the first headline on the Nation newspaper: police bar Amotekun vigilante groups from election duty. Police bar Amotekun vigilante groups from election duty. Ahead of the August 15th, 2026 Osun State governorship election, the Nigeria Police Force has prohibited the Western Nigeria Security Network, codenamed Amotekun, as well as vigilante groups, neighborhood watch outfits, and other quasi-security organizations from participating in security operations during the poll. Government urged to review basic education curriculum. Government urged to review basic education curriculum. Federal government has been urged to undertake a review of Nigeria's basic education curriculum and strengthen quality assurance system to ensure schools deliver globally competitive education. After 24 hours after SSG regains freedom. 24 hours after SSG regains freedom. The secretary to the Osun State government, Teslim Ibalaye, has regained his freedom after spending 24 hours in police detention. Ibalaye's residence was raided, and he was arrested alongside 5 others after permanent voter cards, PVCs, 4.8 million naira, and other exhibits were allegedly found in his possession. Northwest APC plans zonal tour to mobilize votes for Tinubu. Northwest APC plans zonal tour to mobilize votes for Tinubu. The All Progressives Congress APC Northwest Zone plans to tour all 7 states in the region to mobilize support for President Bola Tinubu's 2027 re-election bid. The decision was reached at a zonal leadership meeting in Kaduna, chaired by Zonal Secretary Isa Sadiq Achida. In the absence of National Vice Chairman Garba Mohammed Dati, said to be on assignment elsewhere. And the last headline from the Nation newspaper this morning: 2027 poll will be coronation for Tinubu, says Keyamo. 2027 poll will be coronation for Tinubu, says Keyamo. Aviation and Aerospace Development Minister Festus Keyamo yesterday declared that next year's presidential election will be a coronation for President Bola Tinubu. Speaking during an interview on Channels Television, Keyamo laced his prediction with what he described as pure demographic calculations. And that's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. To get details of these and other stories, just head to your nearest vendor and get yourself a copy of that newspaper. Up next, and the last newspaper for this morning, is the Guardian newspaper. And the first headline on the Guardian newspaper this morning, Tinubu taxed governors on critical infrastructure to stem insecurity. Tinubu tasked governors on critical infrastructure to stem insecurity. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday urged state governors to prioritize investment in roads and other critical infrastructure over what he described as white elephant projects, saying that improved connectivity is essential in tackling insecurity, unlocking economic opportunities, and improving citizens' quality of life. City Boy movement defends Lagos CP's presence at inauguration, warns against unauthorized affiliations. City Boy movement defends Lagos CP's presence at inauguration, warns against unauthorized affiliations. ADC says CP as City Boy, Oluomo as INEC contractor indicates no boundaries under Tinubu. The City Boy movement has defended the presence of the Lagos State Commissioner of Police at the inauguration of its Lagos State chapter, insisting that the police chief's attendance should not be interpreted as political endorsement or evidence of institutional bias. Still on the Guardian newspaper, security threats record six-fold rise in Nigeria, others in 2 years. Security threats record six-fold rise in Nigeria, others in 2 years. The United States has warned that Nigeria and other African countries are facing a more than six-fold rise in security threats in the last 2 years, citing a dramatic surge in illegal narcotics trafficking and human trafficking on the continent. Fresh claims counter-terrorism. Fresh claims counter-claims overshadow Osun Peace Accord ahead of polls. Fresh claims counter-claims overshadow Osun Peace Accord ahead of polls. Fresh allegations and counter-allegations between the ruling Accord Party and the All Progressives Congress APC overshadowed the signing of a peace accord ahead of the August 15th Osun State governorship election. And lastly, on the Guardian newspaper this morning, high cost of hepatitis care. Stressed facilities expose 20 million to liver damage. High cost of hepatitis care. Stressed facilities expose 20 million to liver damage. As Nigeria joins the global community to commemorate World Hepatitis Day, stakeholders have raised an alarm over the high cost of diagnosis and treatment, describing them as the main barriers to controlling viral hepatitis B and C in the country. They warn that over 80% of the 20 million Nigerians infected with viral hepatitis are undiagnosed, leading to delayed care, a high rate of severe liver complications, and preventable deaths yearly. And that is the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper, which is our last newspaper for this morning. To get details of these and other stories, get yourself a copy of the Guardian newspaper from your nearest vendor. So right about now, we'll be opening the phone lines for you all to call in and contribute on the headlines that have been read here. Like we always say, and we will keep on saying, try as much as possible to keep your comments civil, and please, the stipulated time for you to talk is 2 minutes. So once your 2 minutes are up, I am going to be ending the call because we have lots of people that would want to contribute on the show this morning. So let's hear from our very first caller this morning. Okay, let's see what we have here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Can you please turn down the volume of your radio set? Yeah. Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling from? I didn't get that. Okay, Mr. Jibril, how are you doing this morning?
thank God for making it possible.
Okay, that's really nice. Okay, so what do you have for us?
First and foremost, the issue of mandate reject about 100 something million. You could see this is some this is disastrous. To avoid this, this is the reason why there's exodus of Nigeria involved in this banditry and kidnapping. People hearing this kind of huge amount of money, they will get involved in this criminal behavior. Please, we are appealing to media cooperation. They should not be bringing this kind of things into public domain because people hearing it, especially in this economic predicament and how we are facing now, people will tend to engage in this kind of criminal behavior. Secondly, somebody saying that he's going to mobilize some million of people for Tinubu in Northwest. It should proceed. It's going to need 6 resistance in the North here. Because someone cannot go and collect his money for himself for a fortnight day and come and distribute public. We are waiting for him. That teacher, we are waiting for him. Let him come and distribute. It's going to need strict resistance. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very, very much, Mr. Jibril, for contributing on the show. Just like Mr. Jibril did, very brief, and he kept his comments civil. That is how I want us to go this morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, well, to call us back, you know the numbers. Let's take another call. All right, let's have this. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my brother, good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where? Can you please turn down the volume of your radio set? Can you please turn down the volume of your radio set?
Let me begin with our presidency.
Okay.
Telling us how they tracked the kidnappers' family and arrest them. It is a good one. And when he's telling the monarch, I'm just laughing. If you can track the family and arrest them so that they will release the adoptee, why can't you track the real culprits, which is the kidnappers? They are doing TikTok, they are on social media, they whatsoever they wished. Here they are school free. Then you tell us you know how to track. Why can't you track them and arrest them in the bush? My brother, we are playing with insecurity. It is rather unfortunate you are telling the monarchs and the whole world how you track these people. And you cannot tell us how you will track them in the bush and get them arrested. They should do that. My brother, then lastly, let me call on the kidnappers and go to court. Meaning they want to free their own people. It is high time that they quickly hesitate and give this judgment and take these people to do the needful. Not telling them that you prosecute somebody and up to today, this person is still in jail. Tomorrow we hear jailbreak. These people are terrorists. The terrorists don't deserve to live. If they are terrorizing the country, send them to where they belong. It is rather unfortunate. But today they will pass judgment on somebody instead of prosecution. They will now go and keep him. And at the end, you hear another story. Please, we should do the needful and save this country. Thank you, my brother. Give me your PM and come and good morning, my brother.
All right, thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much for calling, comrade. I really appreciate you. All right, let's get more calls. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, let's get another. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Greg calling from one Sunday.
Pardon, I didn't get your name.
My name is Greg.
Okay, Greg, how are you doing this morning?
Fine, nice work.
Work is going wonderfully well.
The one I want to contribute is that if the problem is not being solved, you see, it's still a problem. Simply because if bandits can go to court and a judge will run through the window, all this while they have been pampering banditry and the rest of them. Something that they are supposed to take action, they didn't take action. This problem can be solved if they don't solve it. If they don't solve it, no anti-coming. Please, they should try the possible ways to solve this problem. Because if judge can follow through the back window, that means there's a big problem. Thank you.
All right, thank you very, very much, Mr. Greg, for your contribution. Let us take more calls. Hello, good morning. Yeah, good morning. What is your name and where are you calling from? Can you please... Okay. All right. You said your name?
Yeah, I'm calling from Kaduna.
All right. So what do you have for us this morning?
Brother.
Yes, sir.
They are mobilizing votes for Tinubu come 2027. So it's surprising me because our Nigerian politicians doesn't care for the ordinary Nigerians. So we are talking of insecurity. Look at the people that are under the captive of this place. And the parents have contributed a lot of money to do it. Now, after everything, the federal government will now come and tell us that nobody is paying ransom. Where is all those monies going? Who is collecting it? Those people that are interfering on the middle of those things to come out and tell us, how can you bring out somebody they kidnap, and you cannot be able to bring the people that collect those money, or to be you arrest even one single person, try him on the court, or let Nigerians see. You see, they are between us April Fool all these days. But I think the time of 2027 is coming to be expiring days, because most of all of them are being in the office today. They are the ones that are causing the problem of the pen and Nigerians, because we cannot eat 3 square meals a day. Look at how difficult we are passing through. Our side, they are keeping people rainfall, beating people. Come on, I don't need to go more on this. God bless Nigeria. We should get out from their house.
All right, thank you very, very much for your contribution, and thank you for sticking to time, and thank you, most importantly, for keeping your comments very, very civil. All right, let us take more calls. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
How was your night?
My night was okay. How about yours? What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Chief Arel.
All right, Chief Arel, what do you have for us this morning?
I hope we are not dancing on razor edge. If bandits can be going to court and the judge passing through the window, that is to say, I want to, they are taking it as a legal business, trying to terrorize the judge. One day, God forbid, bad thing. They may even try to invade the Aso Rock. And that is why I said, I hope we are not dancing on razor edge. They say the problem that is not solved in the morning become trouble in the evening. During Buhari regime, when they were telling him that these people need definite punishment, they were pampering them. They were saying they are our brothers. They were saying it's because of the economy. They were saying that they are repentant terrorists. Look at the problem that's happening, what that is happening in our country here in Nigeria now. Investment is at its poorest level. People are no longer having interest to invest in our country, Nigeria. Even the local investment is not done. So I don't know how we are going to live in this country. Our leaders should put up their thinking cap and look at this matter in a very serious situation. Because the way it is going now, maybe in future nobody will be able to go out. God forbid bad thing. God bless our country, Nigeria.
All right, thank you very, very much for your contribution this morning. So right about now, let's head over to our Facebook. As I said earlier, that we are streaming live on Facebook. So let's see the comments we have. Let's hear what people are saying on the Facebook. All right. So we have lots of comments here. Let me try to just skim through them. Our first comment here from Joseph Bilatus. Good morning, Invicta FM station. Good morning, everyone listening to Invicta. May God see us through as we continue to pray for God's intervention in our country, Nigeria. Remain blessed and do have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you very much, Joseph. Have an amazing day. Yes, Solomon Barawi saying, group to secure 27 million votes for Tinubu. It's a laughable statement. That means the group didn't learn from the story of Mr. Temple Moody and change campaign strategy. Judge jumped from the window to escape from bandit attack. Over-pampering is the cause and the failure of the institution to prosecute insurgency. 2027 is a coronation of Tinubu, says Festus Keyamo. You are on your own. Why are they still holding Erufai and intimidating opposition parties, allegedly? All right, Danlami Iko Akili. Good morning, Mr. Moses. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing okay. Andrew is saying good morning, Invicta Radio. Happy weekend. And Taufik Abomide saying good morning, Invicta FM. Good morning, Mr. Tanko. Good morning to you too. Or your abduction. Why we arrest bandits' families? Yes, the statement is a welcome idea, but revisiting the issue doesn't necessarily make it important. there are other things that could be done. Rescuing the teachers and children is of the topmost priority and paramount, and it has been actualized. Secondly, George escaped through the window as bandits attack court. Insecurity is getting more deteriorating. A court of law where judgment is being passed is now under attack. We should wake up. All right, thank you very, very much. Taufik Abumide. Sarah to Yerima, good morning. God bless our leaders with compassion to end the killings and kidnappings in Nigeria. Good morning, presenter. Have a blessed day. Have an amazing and blessed day to you too. Sarah to Yerima. Kaduma first is saying, good morning, Mr. Moses. If judges are forced to escape through windows to save their lives, it shows how serious the security situation has become. We need action to protect our lives and properties. Richard Samuel is saying, good morning, Mr. Moses. May God continue to help our Nigerian leaders because people are not smiling with the present administration. Please let the government do the needful. Watching you live from Kajuru Station. And let's take a few more comments before we go on a break. And right after that break, we're going to take few calls and then we'll call it a wrap on the show. This one says, good morning to you. It is Friday. May God bless the work of our hands. Amen and amen and amen to that. Let the will of God be done in Nigeria. And let's remember that you can't eat your cake and have it. Whatever you plant, you reap. All right, one more comment and then we'll go on that commercial. This one says, good morning, Mr. Moses. About Katsina Court, George narrowly escaped bandit attack through window. It's a total worrisome and quite alarming. The bandits new styles of attacks these days. Okay, may God deliver us from the hands of kidnappers and their killings. In Jesus' name, amen. Well done for your good work, Moses, and do have a great day. Mr. Playtu Zingina from Kaduna. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Playtu. Have an amazing and blessed day as well. So right about now, we're going on a commercial break, and once we come back, we'll take few calls and see and go through what's happening on our WhatsApp, because we have lots of messages from there as well, and then we call it a wrap on the show. It is still the Dailies Today right here on your number one station, Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria. Do not touch that dial.
There's another solid tune to follow this one. Stay locked.
And don't touch that dial at 8.9
Invicta FM. Invicta FM.
Shaƙi mama, gaskiya gwaldin mun ɗan nan yawon ya ji madara. Haka nawa ma.
Sannu da aiki uwa ta gari, amma dai a rinka sarrafa mana madaran nan a hankali mana.
A'a ba ni bace fa. Wannan Golden Mo 3 in 1 ne. Dama da madarar sa yake zuwa a ciki.
Madara? Kuma a ciki? Tun yaushe? Golden Mo 3 in 1 na tahowa da madara a ciki. Samo wa iyalanka a yau. Golden Mo. Bari duk rana ta kasance da armashi.
Tabdi. Wato a duk lokacin da muka haɗu a dandalin tattaunawar iyalinmu sai an samu matsala. Abun burgewa ma zan dafa wani abu da duk za su amincewa. Wato da fadukan shinkafa na musamman tare da magi.
An sarrafa magista daga tataccen waken soya, albasa, kayan yajin armashi tare da kanamfari.
Lokacin cin abinci a shiga cikin lallama ko samkar a shigo.
Magista sanya duk abinci da lokacin su kasance na musamman da ba za a iya mantawa ba.
Soyayya tana da yare da yawa. Wasu suna faɗan shi da ƙarfi, wasu suna faɗan shi a hankali. Amma idan ka ƙaunaci kanka da gaske ko wani, kana magana ne da karin kumallo na pig. Wani karin kumallo mai laushi mai ɗanɗano, cike da gina jiki wanda aka yi da madarar pig, yana ɗauke da vitamin, protein da calcium don kiyaye ka a shiryayye da ƙoshin lafiya don kowace rana. Domin karin kumallo na pig shine soyayya ta pig.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
1960, the journey start. With a vision for the people and a loyal heart. From the Lagos docks to the vast north. Bringing the goodness, bringing it forth. Many years don't pass, we still the stand. No be today, we start this flow. The seeds where we plant on, they grow from the fathers to the sons, mothers to daughters, the story that's sweet, oh. Providing the energy for the Nigerian street. Man, feeding the nations. Golden penny, solid foundation. For many decades, we there for your side. From from a quality grains to sweetness oil, cassava starch, animal feeds, and golden fertilizer.
Who be the giant? FMA. Who be the leader? FMA. 6 decades, we still the move. Nigeria, we get the groove. FMA.
You're now listening to Invicta FM. Keeping you company all day.
Welcome back and glad to know you're still tuned to your number one station, Invicta 98.9 FM, Kaduna, Nigeria. And if you're just tuning in, I am so sorry to disappoint you, but you have missed out on the Dailies Today. So, like I said earlier on, we're going to go straight to our WhatsApp right now, get a few messages and see if we can squeeze in just one more call because our time is almost up. And the one and only Emak, the Ejegleje, is in the studio for your number one program. You know that program now. Waka waka. So yes, we have to pack our bags and leave the studio. So on WhatsApp, let's see what is happening here. We have lots of messages, but then, okay, the first one here, Mercy of God must speak for Nigerians soon, by God's grace. Good morning, Invicta FM, watching all the way from Ongwan Rimi, inside NITR headquarters. Victor Sule, VRM. Thank you very much, Mr. Victor Sule. This one from Akintiji Television. Oyo abduction. Why we trap kidnappers then without paying ransom, says Tinubu, is a good idea. But if I may speak, why is federal government hiding the confessions and interrogation of Oyo kidnappers that are in police custody? I have said this, that after the arrest of Oyo kidnappers, we would not hear anything about the confession. Instead, to give death sentence to these kidnappers, we're just deceiving ourselves. All right. Away from that, why we track Oyo abduction? Please, Mr. President, use the same tactics to release other abductees in other areas. Chief Pius Acha. All right, thank you for that. And let's see one more comment. Okay, good morning, presenter Dennis Udo Ongwaboru. Okay, group work to deliver 27 million votes for Tinubu in 2027 election. They are free to work and deliver, but Nigerians are now more wiser to be deceived. All right. A big thank you to Victor from Juji. We're not going to be taking your comments. A big thank you to Abdul Hakim, Asiambi, and a big thank you to Sabo Izzy, Meiganga, and okay, a big thank you to Oladimeji Sahid, and a big thank you to Ambassador Shimang. All right, thank you very much for being a part of the show. To all the callers, I really appreciate you all. Are the real MVPs. Stay glued to your radio sets, don't touch it, darling, do not go nowhere. The program The Dailies Today makes a return on Monday on your number one station, same time by 6 a.m. down to 7 a.m. Right about now is where I get to tell you all bye-bye for now. Stay glued to your radio sets. As I said earlier on the program, Waka Waka will be coming shortly after this, so do not touch that dial. Bye for now.
There's another solid tune to follow this one. Stay locked.
And don't touch that dial at 8.9
Invicta FM.
Let he that have no sin be the first to cast a stone. Come closer. I want to tell you something. You don't have any right to carry out any form of justice. You don't have the right to kill, correctively rape, or beat up a person who you think is doing wrong. Leave the justice to the proper authorities. Let your contribution be not oppressing one another. 98.9 Invicta FM. Be victorious.
The time is 7 o'clock.
We know they carry fake news.
Invicta 98.9 FM.
24 hours around the clock. We go the dropper inside your ear. As it hot,
Invicta 98.9 FM. Mad Records. Shumapel Rastizai.